happening, people? Welcome back to United View, and of course today I'm joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, legend. I don't know, but AGT.
Legend, you don't know.
Yeah, come on.
Too young.
For the United Liverpool preview, big one at Old Trafford. The last time we did this,
What was the score last time?
It didn't go that well, guys.
Was it?
So I don't know if I'm the curse.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0 was it?
No comment. But I think there's a lot of interesting things to talk about. Ten Hag versus Slot, the Dutchman versus the Dutchman, battle of the bolds. That's what they're calling it. What do you think about in terms of how big this game is, not just to kick off the season on a high mark, but also the Slot era?
Well, it's the biggest game in English club football. Man City can win 5, 6, 7 in a row. You know, Arsenal and Tottenham, they do have an incredibly enthralling derby that everyone loves to watch, which is maybe the most intense right now. But this, for me, and always will be the biggest game in the country in terms of, you know, the two most successful teams going head to head. I think we've got, don't quote me on this, I think we've got one more major honour than you. So obviously it's the most two successful teams. Slot knows all this. You know, he's dealt with, you know, Ten Hag in the past in Holland. He knows the gravitas of this game. He understands what it means to the fans. To have it this early on, though, like it's just the biggest possible test he could have. And maybe it's come at a good time, you know. Liverpool started strong, haven't conceded, 2 wins. United have lost. And in the past, I've fallen foul of saying, you know, United could have lost 3 in a row, and I'm coming in to flex, going, right, pause. I'm going, right, listen, we're definitely going to smoke you this time. Confident. And then United seem to just find this little switch where everyone's up for it a little bit more than you are for a smaller team that come to Old Trafford for some reason. We have the same problem as well sometimes. And they turn it on. You know, the FA Cup, the draw last year. So I'm not going to come in. Like I said on DR, you watched the show earlier. It could be a draw. You could nick it in the last minute. We could win convincingly. Matisse also said it's the hardest game to predict in English football. It's like the Classico. You never really know who's going to win. And I think that's the beauty of this game. I mean, there's so much on the line. And if Slot can win this, if he walks out of Old Trafford on Sunday with 3 points, you reach a new level instantly. If you've got that under your belt 3 games into your tenure, you've skipped 2 levels of, you know, trying to get fans to accept your vision, you know, fans to adore you. Bang. If you beat United away, I wouldn't say you're hero status already, but wow, you couldn't have got a better start. So, you know, he understands it and he's going to go for the win.
It's interesting because Ten Hag, I think he's only lost once to Liverpool. Obviously, it was that significant loss.
Yep, 7-0.
7-0,
yeah.
very significant.
Very.
But last season, like you mentioned, we played you lot 3 times, drew twice, won once, which is the FA Cup. Beat you guys in a similar situation, I would say United are in right now, where they started the season a bit inconsistent in Ten Hag's opening year, and then Liverpool at Old Trafford bopped you lot off the pitch, as some would say. I would say that. But I think what's going to be the interesting thing... Some might say.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Oasis
I think...
getting back together, that's a little... Do you not know that song?
I don't...
Some might say by
Oasis.
Oasis.
I only know Wonderwall, I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie, guys. I only know Wonderwall.
Honestly,
and if it was on FIFA, then I might know it.
Some might say... No? Straight over her head.
Wrong audience.
Straight over.
But I think the interesting thing also is obviously transfers coming into this game. Slot is playing essentially with a team of Liverpool from last season. Obviously, Eric Ten Hag has brought in some reinforcements. We've got Mizraoui, we've got De Ligt.
You must finish top 4, really, with all the signings you've made.
Yeah, 100. For me, I think United have to finish top 3. I don't think top 4. I think United have to
above
finish
Liverpool.
third. I got Liverpool finishing third, but let's not get sidetracked.
Where have you got us?
Where do I have Liverpool? I think I had you lot 4th. I had you guys 4th.
Oh,
I had you
come
guys
back
4th.
to this.
And that's why coming into this game, I feel like I'm a lot more optimistic than I would have been playing against Liverpool last season, especially when you lot came to Old Trafford, which was later in the season.
But we've won 2 games, you've just lost.
It's not always about form coming into a game.
Form goes out. I
think big games, I think form goes out the window.
For this game it doesn't, but it doesn't worry you at all.
It doesn't worry me completely.
The fact that De Ligt's never started a game for your club, you're going to throw him in. We've got 6 attackers there that can just do a madness. You're not worried about that at all?
Do you think all 6 of your attackers could truly do a madness? Because I say there's probably 2 I'm threatened by.
There's 2 I'm threatened by. No, they could all get a goal each.
I'm saying two of your forwards I'm threatened by in Mohamed Salah and Jota.
Not
Gakpo
Diaz, scored last week.
Diaz, not so much. Diaz, I'm not so much
Nunes
worried
scored
about.
2
Nunes,
against you before. Gakpo
I
scored 2
think
against you
Gakpo's
before.
the only one is like yes and no.
Chiesa,
Diaz, Chiesa, he ain't gonna play.
He'll come on.
Do you think
Yeah.
he'll probably come on for 10 minutes? Give him some academy minutes.
All right.
Give him some
listen,
academy minutes. We
You're-
might do the same with Manuel Ugarte,
You're moving
or we might just dash
confident.
him in straight into the
Do you know
lineup.
what? I'm in Flex's studio right now, yeah? Wait till this turns into a Cop TV video in a minute. Yeah, going to be sending shots out. But listen, I'm glad you're confident. It's better for me.
What about the midfield? Are you confident about that midfield? Because I feel like that, we were just talking about it off camera.
Unbeaten so far.
About you're confident with it coming to
Our
Old
midfield?
Trafford. Yeah, your midfield.
As in Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're-
Saw it with my own eyes.
Would you be
against,
happy for the remaining of the season to have that
No,
midfield?
but it's just not realistic. You know, people get injured, people go in and out of form. The beautiful thing about our midfield is you've almost got 3 different. You've got an A, B, and a C. With all due respect. So at the minute, that seems to be the A. Last year, Endo was in the A team, but you could go Endo, Curtis, Harvey. You know, and there's more midfielders that we could utilise. Tyler Morton's probably going to stay at the club. I was quite sad to potentially see Bajcetic leave. Thought he still could have done a job. And then Gravenberch is out of nowhere, really, has moulded into this number 6 and seems to be at the minute holding it down. Again, as much as this is a massive test for Slot, Ryan Gravenberch has got the audition of his life there on Sunday to really say, if I can do this at United away and we can come away with something, a win, I am a shoo-in then maybe for the rest of the season as a 6. But right now, with Klopp as well, it was always changing. And under Slot, I expect it to change as well. So it's the best one for right now because it's obviously 1-2, not conceded any goals. But you know, this is the biggest test. It doesn't come much bigger than this.
Yeah, especially like you mentioned, so early into the season.
We actually played you 2 years ago in the 3rd game of the season, and you beat us 2-1.
That's
And
when we came off 2 losses.
Yeah.
It was the Brentford and the Brighton loss.
And again, going into that game, we're all licking our lips. So you're right. You know, you can't look at the form too much, but on paper, like we are on paper, and what we've shown in the last few years, we're head and shoulders above Man United for sure.
Would you say head and shoulders?
Well, it's
given
what
the
everyone
investment,
on the show was
given
saying
given the investment
earlier.
and everything that they've put into Manchester United right now, we got Manuel Ugarte coming in.
Sure, but you
Mateus
spent
De Ligt,
300
Mazraoui.
million on loads of guys, and I think you've sold them all for 30 mil. So
Who's the loads of guys? Sancho.
So Wan-Bissaka was one of them. Pogba, Sancho. No, not Sancho. There was about 4 or 5 that you've bought for big money. I think Lindelof was one of them.
Lindelof,
and then in total, you sold them all for 30 mil. So that's 90% loss.
But we brought in good players.
Well, Casemiro was a good player last year. Now look at him.
Casemiro, I think he's found. I think
can't
they've
wait to see Casemiro playing on Sunday.
I think you know what? It's interesting.
It's
interesting you brought up Cass because obviously with the midfield, Kobe,
Casemiro
Bruno,
mate.
Cass. I think Man United, the best way that they kind of gave it to Liverpool last season was congesting the midfield, not leaving Cass by himself in there. If you remember,
well, that's
Old
what we'll
Trafford,
be
Amrabat,
targeting.
the midfield.
Slot will be saying, get at Casemiro 100%, harry him, get around him. The good thing about Gravenberch is that he can press, but also he can turn on the sixpence and spray it. You know, he's got that in his locker, and he's got the ability to go around someone like a Casemiro fairly easily. And Soboslai is rapid as well. He's almost like the 4th forward that joins when we're on the counter attack, or the goal that we scored on Sunday with Jota. It was like the red arrows, 4 or 5 of them getting forward. So listen, if we can, I know that Slot will be saying, get at him. He's the weak point in the midfield.
If I was Ten Hag, I'd be telling Garnacho, get at Trent.
Yeah.
If Garnacho starts, obviously. It could be Rashford, but Rashford likes a goal against the top 6.
Yeah.
He's not been in form.
No one else, just them.
Just the top 6.
Yeah.
No one else. He doesn't like to score. No, but honestly, he likes goals against the top 6. He has performed relatively decently against Liverpool last season when he has played. Even if Garnacho comes in, I think for United, the game is going to be won in the 1v1 battles against the fullbacks.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously Robertson's been around the block. He knows what the deal is. He gets stuck in United games especially. And Trent, being a Scouser, knows what it means as well. So maybe, I think you're thinking of the 2018 game when Rashford goes inside Trent and Lovren.
He might not do the cutting in thing because he does that cutting in thing and just passes it.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee
listen,
a shot.
if it's Rashford, that's better for us because he's not in form right now.
Do you hear that, Ten Hag? If you're watching this,
factually, is it wrong?
It's true because he's
on the show. Cams was saying that Rashford needs to be dropped.
Rashford is, yeah,
and Garnacho play on the left and then
Ahmad on the right. I agree, because I think obviously Rashford's in very bad form, but then I counter it by saying he loves a goal against the top six. So would you drop him knowing that he
might
likes
not
a
do
goal?
anything, come off when the game's already done?
Who do you think is going to get the first goal?
In the whole game?
Yeah. Before we get to like
Jota.
predictions and all of that.
Jota.
I think Jota is one guy that I'm scared of, in that if they play him in that false nine kind of position, especially if Maguire.
He loves a goal at Old Trafford recently, and obviously Mo Salah. Let's not forget. I think it's 14 goals and assists against.
I think Mohamed Salah has the most number of goals of a Liverpool player
at this stage as a football club.
No, he doesn't.
He lickle-mans you a lot. To be fair,
he doesn't.
Hat-trick at OT.
He don't.
Do you know who else has done that in the Prem as
an
away player?
I respect Mohamed Salah, but today on Sunday I won't. I respect Mohamed Salah.
Wait, where are you going this weekend?
Old Trafford.
No, but before that?
Old Trafford.
But on the Saturday?
Old Trafford.
Liverpool, yeah?
Nah, Old Trafford.
Oh, so you're not? Oh, I say no more. All right, cool. No, that's right.
Honestly, though, I'm telling you straight up, I respect Mohamed Salah, and you lot.
How can you not?
You lot hail him as a king.
He is.
Rightfully so, because he's a great.
He's one of the best Premier League players of all time.
But I think Dalot might stick a job on him.
Don't look very confident.
Deadass. I think actually Ten Hag might switch and put Mazraoui on him.
That's fine. It doesn't matter who it is.
They got a history against each other in the AFCON as well.
last time, and he twists him up.
Nah, but
had him looking around like he'd
Martinez
lost his
ain't
dog.
really a fullback.
I know, definitely
Didn't
not.
Malacia put him in his pocket in his first game at Old Trafford?
We'll see. We will see.
You put him in his pocket. But anyway, his predictions.
We beat you 7-0.
Listen, that's all you got to hold on to, guys.
Not
this
really.
is all AGT has to hold on to.
4-0, sorry.
The 7-0. He mentions it all the time.
4-0 and the 5-0.
But you don't talk about the
as well. The trophies.
The Ahmad sent Klopp on his bike.
Well, he got sent off.
It doesn't matter. He still won the FA Cup. He still won the FA Cup.
Very good player.
Even if he got sent off, even if he still got sent off, he scored the winner against you lot. And that was sweet. I know for a fact that hurt you. But you said Jota will score the first goal. What do you think your predictions will be? Because like you said, it's difficult to predict in the last couple of years.
It's the most difficult game to predict. I'll go 2-1 Liverpool. But I've got like my B, C, D and E score. And they're like 1-0 to you, 4-1 to us, 3-3, 5-0, 7-0.
I guess it depends on how both teams kind of set up. If United go for low block like they did at Anfield last year, where they just hit on the counter, it could be a draw. But if both teams go out counter, I don't know if Slot is going to do that. But if they
he
just
kind of mixes it up. You saw the goal we scored with Jota on Sunday. It was 11 seconds from defending our own corner
to get it
out. To Diaz scoring. Jota played the pass through. So we can do that as well. We can mix it up.
Chaotic football scares me for United under Eric Ten Hag. I can't lie. That with that Liverpool game, both the one at Old Trafford in the FA Cup and the one in the Premier League, my heart was in my stomach. I can't do them kind of games.
I'm not surprised.
But on top of that, I'm gonna go and say I think it might be 2-0 United.
So you don't think we'll score?
I think it'll be a clean sheet. I think you lot are gonna struggle in front of goal, not to create chances, but just to put it away. It's gonna be a defensive masterclass.
Okay.
Bring in Mateus.
Honestly, keep it coming, please.
No. I think I could sit here and say something. I could say something outrageous and be like 5-0.
Go on.
I'm going to say 2-0, but like you,
You're confident, man.
No, I'm confident.
All these players you got.
I'm confident. You can't throw me off.
Go on, 3-0 at least then. 3-0.
I'm saying 2-0 just because.
Whack another 3.
Nah, bro, we got 0 goal difference right now.
But like you did the whole of last season.
That's pushing it.
That's crazy.
That's pushing it. I'm saying 2-0 and I'm saying
sheet is wild,
you lot might not be able to score.
Listen,
it's Slot's first game at Old Trafford. The pressure. What pressure? That's what I'm going to be answering at the end of Sunday. That's what I'm going to be answering at the end of Sunday. If the pressure.
We are filming all this, aren't we, Josh?
I hope not.
This is all being recorded and on camera.
I'm gonna stick with it. 2-0.
Okay, go for it.
Xerxes gonna get a goal, and I say maybe a Bruno or a Garnacho.
Perfect.
Like what we did to City in the FA Cup. We're gonna hit the ground 2-0 immediately by like 65 minutes.
Perfect.
But you guys know what it is. Listen,
sounds like a great result.
I'm trying to be humble. I don't think
you're not. I don't think you're.
I think this is. I genuinely think this is a humble me. I think if Flex was sat here, it would have been 10 times worse. And I know you agree.
Well, yeah, we do like a bit of a ding dong before games.
And there we have it, guys. Preview done with AGT. If you don't want to check out the preview on the COP TV, make sure you check it out. Bio below. Check out the link. And make sure you let us know in the comment section what your predictions are for the score. Am I being too nice? Is AGT being too cocky?
It's the way around, isn't it?
Let us know in the comments.